Welcome back, everybody. Today we're continuing our how-to series, and this how-to series is focusing on where to start trading stocks when you don't know where to start. In the previous video, we've talked about learning to read candlesticks. So if you have not seen that, I will post a link up in the right top hand corner. And today we are talking about learning to read market direction. Welcome everybody to the channel. My name is Mal. I'm a day trader. I'm an investor. I love trading stocks and I love teaching people about what I love doing, what I enjoy doing. If it's your first time here, this channel is focused on helping beginners find a place to start trading and hopefully help them ease into it. If you've been here before, welcome back. It's always good to have you. Thanks for hanging out, watching my videos. Hopefully you're finding good value. I tend to make these videos with as much value as I can without overwhelming anyone. So if you are finding good value in these videos, hit the thumbs up and hit the bell icon next to the sub button. That way it'll help the video grow and to make sure that you never miss an episode. All right. I am looking at the chart of Netflix. We are on the 5-minute time frame. You could see that right up here in the top right hand corner. And today is all about market direction. How do we know if we're bullish or are we bearish? And if you don't know what those terms mean, bullish means buyers are in control and the price is going up. And bearish means the sellers are in control. So how do we know? Are we bullish or are we bearish? Well, right now, this chart is fairly easy to read. If you start from the bottom left, I can go ahead and draw a line, and the price is doing this currently. Right? So we are bullish. On the 5-minute chart, we're bullish. We could be bearish on the daily chart, but I'm not trading daily. I mostly trade like 2-minute setups, 5-minute setups. So on the 5-minute chart, we are bullish. If the market was going from the top left to the bottom right, this would be bearish, right? Okay, simple enough. So far, so good. Let me delete this line. If you're having a hard time for any reason figuring out if we're bullish or we're bearish, the easiest way to determine, or one of the easiest ways to determine, is to go and grab your trend line tool or any kind of line tool and just trace it. Pick a point. This here, we're sideways, right? So if we start from here, we're kind of sideways. We went from here down, kind of came up. So here we're sideways, because you can tell we're not really making any new highs and we're not really making any new lows, right? By the way, if you watched my previous video, we have a nice double bottom here. We actually have a triple bottom here, right? So if you're not sure how to read that, check this out. There's a bottom right down here. Let me change that arrow. Duplicate this. There's another bottom here. And there's another bottom here. So by drawing out the lines, you can figure out if we're bearish or are we bullish. So then we kind of come up, right? And now we're starting to make new highs. So when we're making significant new highs than previously before, the highest high that we're looking at before was here. So because we're breaking this top becomes our new high. So now we could say that we're bullish. Then what do? We trend sideways for a little while, right? Kind of trending sideways. Then we make another new high. Then we pull back a little bit. We make another new high. Pull back a little bit more. We make another new high. Pull back a little bit more. Then we make another new high. Then we have a nice deep pullback, right? And then we continue. So the easiest way to figure out if we're bearish or are we bullish is to see, are we making new highs or are we making new lows? So here we are sideways. We're in a range. We're not really going anywhere, kind of just chopping up and down. Come back down to here, testing the support, and then we break out of the range, come back down, retest this area, and then we make another new high, right? And if you're wondering, how do you know that this is a new high? Well, from this high, look left. Currently, there's nothing here. The highest point looking left is this one right here, and I'll put an arrow to it. So the previous highest point was here. Now we're making a new high. So because we continue to make new highs, we're bullish. Then we pull back, then we make a new high, then we pull back, then we make a new high, and then we kind of start to consolidate here, and we pull back a little bit through that line, and then what do? We make another new high. So the easiest way to do it is to scrunch the chart up. Let me clean all these lines up. All right, so I went ahead and cleaned the lines up because it was starting to get really cluttered. So the easiest way to figure out if we're bullish or bearish is to scrunch the chart up, make the candlesticks really small, and just scrunch it right up. And then what you want to do is pick significant highs. You don't have to pick every single one, because if you start picking every single one of them, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna be drawing these lines, and they're gonna be everywhere, right? And it's gonna look something like this, and it's just gonna be crazy. Then you won't be able to see anything that's going on. So if I delete these lines, and if we only focus on significant highs, let's start from here. This is the easiest one to spot, this being the low spot. And we go right up here. This is a significant high. Then we have a retracement. Then we have another significant high. Then we have a retracement. Then we have another significant high here. So this is much easier to see, right? And you can pick, it doesn't really matter. You can pick this high, you can pick this high, you can pick this high, you can pick that high, or you can pick that high. It doesn't matter. The idea is just to see, did we break the previous significant high? Right? Does this top break the previous significant high? Yes, it does. Right? Then we have a pullback. This top breaks the significant previous high. Yes, it does. So we're bullish. Another trick you can do is just to draw a trend line. Just pick a bottom and draw a trend line on the bottoms of the candles. Are we going up? We're going up, so we're bullish, right? And the last little trick I'll show you, let me delete these lines. All right, the last trick that you can use is we can add what's called an EMA. An EMA stands for Exponential Moving Average. There are many moving averages that you can use. There are simple moving averages, weighted moving averages. I like to use the exponential. The exponential basically puts a little bit more weight on the current candles and a little bit less weight on the further candles, on the older candles. All right, so the easiest way to do this is if you come up to your studies, you can add, I already have moving averages and I have 2 lines instead of 1. But you can go right down here to moving average. This is where all the studies are listed. And I'm going to zoom in. Once I find it, I'll zoom in so you can see what I'm looking at. And I usually like to use this moving average exponential, right? So once I add that in, let's go ahead and add selected. Then we go right to this cogwheel here. And what I like to do is go to a 20. Now, some people use 20, some people use 21. It doesn't really make a difference. So exponential moving average, the 20 length is the past 20 candles. Click OK. And here we are. And typically, this gives you a good idea if the line is going up. Right? If we zoom in, we can kind of see that the line is going up. And as long as we're staying above it for the most part, we're bullish. Now, this sell-off here, this is just some profit taken and a retracement, which is completely normal. So just because we break the line doesn't necessarily mean we're bearish, right? A lot of people use exponential moving averages. You can use a 20 or you can use a 50. Different stocks behave differently. So this stock might work much better with a 50 moving average. So if we come up here and we edit and we put it to a 50 length, it'll count the past 50 candles. So now it gets a little bit easier to see, right? Every time we get overextended, we come back to the 50, right? And you can kind of tell the line, if you're looking at price on the right-hand side, the line is gradually moving up. So this stock is bullish. And actually what we can also see, which I'll talk about in the next video, is structure, right? We have a line of resistance right here. And I'll go over this in my next video. We have some resistance right here as well. So we're kind of, we're creating a stair step pattern. Let me delete this. We're creating a stair step pattern. So we're actually stair stepping our way up. We come up, we come down, right? So we double topped here. Then we went sideways for a while. And then we broke out, making another step, right? So we're stair stepping our way up. So this is a really good way. Get used to marking this and drawing this out. It's a really good way to figure out. We have a step, a higher step, a higher step, a higher step. So we're stair stepping up. So I hope this helps. I wanted to make this a little bit of a quicker video. In the next video, we're going to talk about support and resistance. So I hope you found good value in this video. If you have any questions, leave me some comments. Also, hit the like button. It'll help the channel to grow and the videos to reach more people. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button, telling the YouTube algorithm that you enjoyed it, that there's quality content in this video so it can get recommended and help more people. And also, if you don't want to miss the next episodes, hit the sub button, hit the bell icon. YouTube no longer recommends every video just because you're subbed. So if you don't hit that bell icon, you're going to miss videos. So if you're enjoying this and you want to follow along, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.